Hello creative people, this is Catherine with aMotleyArt, and I have a 6x6 2-page layout for Christmas in July. And right here I'm showing you a little kit that I created for myself. I have the Jingle Joy papers, some Jingle Joy coordinating cardstock, the Jingle Joy die cuts from the Close to My Heart collection that Cricut also does. So you can purchase a die cut collection from Close to My Heart for a lot of their paper collections, where you can then have the coordinating die cuts to go with it. And I couldn't resist that Santa. He was just too cute. So I did purchase that as well. And all of this I purchased, and I even created the Santa and all my other cutouts with there's a sled and trees and some bells. And I did all of that back in December of 2020. And then I sat down and I really tried to create some spreads with it, but I just couldn't come up with anything. Every time I tried to work on it, I really didn't want to, and I just couldn't get inspired, even if I looked at other sketches or what other people were doing at the time. I just couldn't make myself use it. So I put it away and decided that I'd come back to it later. And so I did. I decided to do that for my Christmas in July, and I'm really glad that I put it away for a little while and let myself focus on some other things for the last 7 months, because I really enjoyed making these layouts, and I found it very easy to work with the materials that I had once I gave myself some freedom to not have to force myself to use them. So scrapbooking is just my hobby that I like to share with all of you. So I don't want to make it feel like work. I don't want to force myself to do things when I'm just not feeling it. I've decided that if I purchase something and I start to try to use it and it's just not working for me, then I will wait and use it until I feel inspired to use it, because I know I will eventually, because I love these papers so much. I'm not really usually a pink Christmas type person. I usually like the more traditional colors, but there was just something about this collection that really spoke to me. I think it's a little bit on the whimsy side. You know, those trees are kind of whimsical, and I really liked that. And I really liked the type of pinks that they selected. So the Close to My Heart colors that are in this collection are, of course, the black and white, and then clover, evergreen, raspberry, and flamingo. And I love how you got that darker pink. I'm always drawn to that darker pink. I really love it. And then you've got a slightly lighter pink, but it's still not a pastel. I am not a pastel person. I use it every so often. Something will strike my fancy in pastel, but for the most part, I don't gravitate toward it. So I think that's the other reason why I liked this, is because you've got a really dark pink, and then you've got a slightly lighter pink, but it's not too light. And then you've got a really dark green in the evergreen, and then a really bright clover green, which to me is a closer to that true Christmas green color that you tend to see in traditional packs of papers. Now, Close to My Heart does do where their collections are usually 6 designs on double-sided paper, and you get 6 sheets. That is their standard collection. And so that's what I purchased for this one, along with then the coordinating cardstock, which was also 12 sheets and 2 of each of the colors. I love to get those coordinating cardstocks. It just makes working with the collection that much easier to know that you have some cardstock that's in the exact color that you need. So I also did pull out, and in the very beginning you may have seen that there was some K & Company stickers. So I do have a sticker sheet that, oh my god, I've had for years and years that I'm trying to use up, but I ended up not using them in this layout. I am going to try to make a few more layouts with the rest of the paper that I have left. I know I can get several more out of that paper pack, so I'm going to work on that off camera. but I ended up really just using the die cuts on this particular 2-page layout because I had them ready and I really wanted to use them. I think they're just so very cute, and I was really excited about the idea of getting several die cuts onto these layouts. Now, I do like to do one layout that is just decorative and then have one layout with my photo mat on it. And this photo mat that you see here is 3¼ by 4¼ for a 3x4 photo. And I think it just gives more emphasis to the photo as well. It just kind of really makes it a focal point on that page. So the background that I did where I cut my 6x6 down to 5½ by 5½ and then I cut it into 4 triangles is a design that I've seen on both greeting cards and scrapbooking layouts for a while now, and I've just never made it up before, and I really wanted to do that style, and I think it worked really great with this Santa because it just really kind of almost looks like rays pointing into the Santa and just really makes him sort of pop off the page and makes him such a focal element. And I love that because he's super cute. After I had cut him out and I had pasted him all together, I thought that maybe he needed a little extra sparkle, so I did put stickles on his beard and on his trims, and he really sparkles now, and I think it's so much fun. And I also feel that this particular pattern paper was a little bit on the whimsical side, more whimsical than I would say more traditional. So I really kind of leaned into that and started setting some of my items on a wonky angle, not straight up and down, and I just think it came out so cute, and I just really love it. And so I probably will continue that type of theme throughout the next pages that I make, so that way when you're looking through, it all coordinates with each other and it's cohesive and you get the same feeling from it. So I wanted to make sure that I got that band in the middle as close to each other as possible so that it looks like it's going all the way across the page. So when you put this into a book, it can be the 2-page layout and it'll look like it's just continuing. I really love this trim and it is part of that collection. Now, as I'm posting this in July 2021, the paper pack is still available, and I do believe the Cricut collection may also be available as well. There is a link to the Close to My Heart website down in my description. I am a maker with them, so if you purchase something through that link, I do get a small commission off of it, but doesn't change the price for you, and that money will help me continue on with my channel. So I thank you if you make a purchase. So you can see here, I'm just also tilting that other tree, and I just think it comes out really cute. There's a little bit of symmetry to this layout, but also there's a lot of fun to this layout, and so I decided that I'm also going to have the photo mat on an angle as well, and I think it'll just be really cute. I was going to do where I put cardstock on the back, and you'll see I kind of start doing that. So I'm just kind of marking where I wanted to put the cardstock to make sure that I didn't put it on the wrong side, because I had already done that more recently on a different layout, and I was like, I don't want to keep doing that and having to tear stuff off. So I start with just the bottom corner, and I do put a little bit of glue down. And that's the one thing nice about this Tombow glue, is that while it does catch fairly quickly, it's not instant. So I was able to tear that back off really easily, and it barely left any damage behind. And I decided to use foam dots instead. And I'm going to kind of use a good bit of them, because I really wanted to make sure that this was nice and level, and that way the picture will be nice and level. Because that's the thing about your photo mats, is that if they are dipping, if they're going up and down over different levels and different layers, it may not look bad with the photo mat, but when you put a picture down, it's really noticeable, I think. So I always do try to make them as flat as possible so that when you put that picture on there, it's not gonna distort the picture. So I still, though, wanted to put the sled in front of it. So I'm going to end up having to double up my photo dots on the sled. That way it would raise up high enough that you can slide the photo behind the sled, which is what I really wanted. I just thought that would look so pretty. I love when elements kind of go over a photo mat a little bit, not so much that you're going to lose a bunch of the picture, but enough that it makes it feel like the picture incorporated with the rest of the design. I just think that's so pretty, and I just love to do that. So that is what I'm working on here, and once I get that down, that is going to be the end of my 2 layouts. And I had so much fun making these. I really enjoyed the process. Now that I wasn't burnt out over Christmas, I'm ready for a little bit of Christmas. I completely understand the people who are doing the challenges for doing a few Christmas cards throughout the year, because it does make it a little easier to not get burnt out over one design theme if you do a little bit over the entire year. So it was really fun to do a little bit of Christmas in July. Please, in the comments, if you have any questions or you want to talk about what you're doing for Christmas in July, I would love to see it. And thank you for watching my video. Have a creative day.